I'm outraged at the threat to prescribe Palestine Action as a terrorist organisation, to lump them in with Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Disgraceful. It's disgusting. This is an insult to the victims of terrorism. And it's also, corrodes our democracy, that's what the Israel lobby and support for Israel does. It eats away at our freedoms, And this pack of cowards in the Labour government, all bought and paid for shills for the arms industry and for the Israel lobby. I don't know whether they're cowards or whether they're corrupt or both.
In 2003, Keir Starmer supported activists who had broken into RAF Fairford to destroy planes that were involved in the war in Iraq. Since then, he's done everything that the establishment has told him to do. It's not just the British establishment, it's also the Israeli state.
Israel has the right to defend herself.
A siege is appropriate? Cutting off power, cutting off water?
Well, I think that Israel does have that right.
The Israeli state has huge amounts of power in this country through the multifarious lobby groups that it has, and has been working on politicians for many, many years, decades, many of them in Labour. Our foreign policy is made in Washington. Washington's foreign policy is made in Tel Aviv, and this is a recipe for endless war.
The vast majority of the British people support Palestine and support stopping arms sales to Israel. That has to be reflected in our political power. At the moment, it isn't. The British government acts in the interests of the arms lobby and the Israel lobby. They shouldn't. They should act in the interests of the British people.
As a Holocaust survivor, I've seen the impact of indifference by the public, and it's incredibly dangerous. It does allow the full-blown fascism to occur. It is important that the general public does not look the other way. After all, we can see some countries already further down the route, like in Germany, where you are not allowed even to show a Palestinian flag.
The government prescribing Palestine Action is an attack on freedom itself, because this is the first time the British government has used this terrorism legislation to go after activist group, which is merely trying to stop a genocide.
It's a frightening juncture that we're at. Made of 20,000 children, and you're not criticised. You put some red paint on an airplane and you're a terrorist. The real terrorist is the Israeli state. Terrorism is in Iran. Car bombs, as Israel has been doing. Terrorism is mass murder, as Israel is doing. That is terrorism.
This is not just a genocide, this is a Holocaust. If you look at pictures of Gaza, it's gone, destroyed completely. They're killing over 100 people a day now, many of them starving, going to find aid, getting shot down. We've never seen this kind of barbarity, especially our government participating in it. And that's the important point. The people who are the terrorists are the people in number 10 Downing Street, because they're participants in this genocidal war that Israel's fought. They're the ones that should be on trial, they're the ones that should be at The Hague, and they're the ones that should be in prison. Everyone can see it. It's only the mainstream media, it's only the ruling class that can't see it. In that kind of situation, when there's this massive breach between the ruling class and the population, they have to turn to repression. I've been extremely shocked by police behaviour today. They've been obviously given orders to rough up the protesters, arrest people, because they've been going into the crowd, grabbing people. There was one police officer who pushed an elderly Jewish man to the floor because he just wanted to leave to go to the toilet, and he was sprawled out on the floor. Disgusting behaviour. They only have repression left. They want to put a lid on the boiling pot, and the boiling pot is us. It's decent human beings in the UK, around the world, who do not want their government to participate in a genocide and will do what they can to stop it. I have to say, when history is written, these will be the people that will be venerated. One way of destroying dissident movements who are fighting for peace and justice is to legally prescribe them. The other way is to smear them in the media. And with Palestine Action, you see this has been happening recently. They've been trying to insinuate that they're funded by foreign powers.
Do you believe that there could be foreign influence behind that group? You said there are a number of active questions around it.
Nonsense. There's not a single bit of evidence. But this is what they try and do. They smear and they criminalise. I don't think it's working out. People can see that Palestine Action are just normal people who have risked it all, risked their own freedom to try and throw their bodies on the gears of the genocidal machine. And this goes in terms of the Elbit factories, which they've helped shut down. It goes in terms of the recent action at the RAF base at Brize Norton. They've never hurt a single soul. They've never hurt a human being, which is what we should care about as human beings. We care about our fellow human beings. They've only damaged the machinery of genocide and the machinery of war. Whereas the government, which is now criminalising the terrorists, has participated in a genocide which has killed probably 100,000 people, probably more than that, which has made thousands of children have no arms and legs because they've been blown off by Israeli weapons. So there's two worlds here. There's one which is evil and one which is just. and the one which is evil is calling the one which is just terrorists. So it's all upside down. It's what Eduardo Galeano called the upside down world, and we're living it in a very, very stark way at the moment.
Protesting against the genocide is not terrorism, it's humanity.
I consider the Palestine Action heroic people, and I think that's how they will go down in history, as appropriate resistors.
One day history will look at Palestine Action in the same way as history now looks at the suffragettes or the freedom risers in the United States, against racial segregation, against apartheid there.
The UK government is prescribing Palestine Action because they want to destroy the organisation. But Palestine Action is more than an organisation, it's an idea. What is that idea? That idea is that if your government is participating in a genocide, killing thousands of people, then you do not sit idly by. You use your body, you use your mind to try and stop that genocide. They can never kill that idea, because that's about human solidarity. It's about the idea that we care about fellow human beings, especially ones that are being killed at the end of our bombs and the end of our intelligence planes. History will remember Palestine Action as heroes of this movement, but also heroes of humanity, because they took it on themselves. They sacrificed their freedom to try and stop the great epic crimes of their government. History will damn anyone who participated in that, anyone who supported it, and it will venerate and celebrate as heroes the people who sacrificed their freedom to stop it. The mainstream media doesn't tell the truth about UK and Israel and our government's role in the horrific genocide that's happening. But alternative media, some of it does. Double Down News is one of the most important alternative media institutions fighting back against Israeli lies and UK government lies. So if you can, please join Double Down News on Patreon.